welcome back to another episode of the Revolutionary Girl Utena. So, it's been a few days since I recorded the previous two episodes, and I've been thinking about them a lot, especially the Nanami egg episode. I think it was such a good episode. Like, I've just been thinking about it more and more and more. I've been talking to people about it who haven't seen the anime. I've been like, yo, I've been using this episode to kind of like talk about it because it's been an incredible one. It's been on my mind and it couldn't leave, you know? So yeah, it was a fantastic episode. So what happened is Nanami woke up, there was an egg in her bed, and she was starting to wonder, did I lay this egg? And then she started to become anxious of people finding out that she's different, that she might be a freak, that she might not fit in. And then she kind of like was talking to, who was she talking to again? I forgot, but she was talking to someone and they said, you know, some mammals lay eggs, and she kind of like took that as people can also lay eggs, and she thought, oh, am I the only one who didn't know that people can lay eggs? So she started to feel like, am I late to this, right? Am I late to finding out that people can lay eggs? Are people gonna make fun of me for being dumb and for being late? And it was just a really cool way to explore the entire thing of, you know, your body changing and you feeling self-conscious about it. You're feeling first like you're the weird one out, and then you're feeling like maybe you're the late one. All of those things I think is really, really cool. Also, her feeling like very sensitive about everything going on around her, like we saw with Suwabuki, like trying to, you know, talk to her, and her like lashing out at him, even though it was a very insignificant thing, which obviously comes with the territory, comes with that age. It's really cool. I really, really like the way that that episode was done. I think it was a fantastic one, and I am excited to see what's gonna happen now. I feel like this was obviously the one-off Nanami episode that we get every now and again, so I feel like we're going back to Akio now, which is gonna be a rough one, but let's find out. So if you wanna watch this, uncut number as always on my page in the description, and let's go into the Revolutionary Girl Utena, episode 28. By the way, I'm using different fan subs for this one because those ones were only up to episode 27. So it's gonna look different. A jury episode, I'm excited for this. Jury episodes are always great. Mm. Captain? Whoa. Whoa, okay, pretty boy. Whispers in the dark. Ruka. Tsuchiya. Wait, let me check something. Okay, no, I thought that's... Tsuchiya sounded familiar, but I guess not. Sick bed.
世界の果てはだいぶお冠のようだね。君たちが不甲斐ないとこぼしている。
あなたも選ばれていたのか。では、あなたが店長さんを。
おいおい、僕は病み上がりだよ。
では、どうするおつもりなんです？
そうだな。久々の学園だ。まあ、僕はしばらく気ままな学園生活を味わわせてもらうよ。
ごちそうさま。
I love these shots. They're so cool.
腰を入れて。そうそう。だいぶ良くなった。
Oh, she's about to faint. Oh. Oh.
素敵よね、土屋さん。もう学園中の話題独占って感じ。すいません。私、別に。
そうか。君だったのか。僕が休んでいた間、
Okay, it was his locker.
磨いてくれていた。嬉しかった。君なんだろう。
私、ただ先輩のために。それで毎日この件を。
ありがとう。君は優しい人なのね。
そんな。私。
Hmm.
ちょっと、見たあの二人。みんな。ショック。しおりったらやるわよね。
Interesting. I don't know how this is gonna go down.
普段はおとなしそうな顔しちゃってさ。
Because Yuri's not been able to get through or get,
やるって感じ。
like, move on from Shiori. Here she is.
話がある。あの場所で。
嬉しいよ。君がこの場所を覚えていてくれて。
Hmm.
懐かしいな。僕はここで全ての技を君に伝えた。入部した時から君の素質は誰よりも光り輝いていたよ。
フェンシング部の部長はあなただ。部の運営はあなたに任せよう。デュエリス
But
トとして何を企んでいるのかも私の知ったことではない。だが、しおりには手を出すな。
Yep.
どうして？
しおりは。しおりは私の古い友人だ。
なるほどね。話は分かった。だが君は何か考え違いをしているようだな。言ったろ？僕は気ままに過ごさせてもらうと。学園で誰と恋愛を楽しもうが僕の自由じゃないか。
Yeah. Now that's interesting, right? Because either Judy knows that he is not a great guy and she's saying this out of genuine concern for Shiori. That's one possibility. And you know what? There is some merit to that if that is the case. But on the other hand, if it's not the case, if it is, it could just be kind of like her selfishness. That's what it feels like, right? Maybe Because at the end of the day, she's not the one that should be deciding who Shiori is hanging out with, who Shiori is dating, and stuff like that, right? So she has no power over that, and she shouldn't have any kind of say over it. So I wonder if it's one or the other. It could be either that she's being selfish here and trying to steer him away from Shiori, who obviously she hasn't gotten over yet. So that would make sense. Or it could, yeah, as I said, it could be that she knows more about, or that there is more to Ruka than we know, and she doesn't want her around Shiori for those reasons. I wonder. Oh, do we get the scene? Yeah.
土屋ルカ、アリス川先輩をしのぐわけない。そんなすごい人がフェンシング部に帰ってきた。何か気になるようですね、テナ様。なんだか胸騒ぎがする。
Why is that? I wonder.
君の胸は子犬のように弾んでいるね。
やだ。
最後が
Oof.
いくら長いと言っても、僕たちにはほんのつかの間でしかない。
Oh. He's doing it knowingly.
彼は知っている。
Mm-hmm.
すべて。
Mm-hmm. He saw right through you. He knows exactly what you're feeling. To be fair, she wasn't subtle about it, right? With that confrontation that she had there. I feel like that makes it pretty obvious. How much of this is... Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm.
最低ですね。しおり、何してんの？早く帰ろうよ。今行く。どうしたの？ベッキー、アリス川先輩って怖い人なんでしょ？本当？
Yeah.
土屋先輩。
やあ、
あなた。
Toga.
驚かせて悪かったね。俺は土屋の伝言を伝えに来たんだ。君を素晴らしいところへ案内するから、ここで待っていてほしいそうだ。
素晴らしいところ。
ほら、聞こえないか。君の魂が本当は諦めていなければ、世界の果てを駆け巡る。
Gas them up.
音が聞こえるはずだ。
何を言ってるんですか？
You hear it.
何なんですか？
さあ、我らと共にいざなおう。君が望む世界へ。
Ooh. Ooh, slick. Okay, that was cool. That was a cool shot. Oh, with the OST playing?
驚いたかい？
Yeah?
君ならそう言ってくれると思ったよ。
私を素晴らしいところへ連れてってくれるのね。
そうだ。君も大人になった。世界のすべてを手に入れよう。僕と二人で。
ああ。
世界のすべて。
大いなる奇跡の力だ。
それ
う
が
ん。
私のものになるの。
うん。
心地いい振動だ。
I don't know if it's the engine that's throbbing. Wow, okay. Interesting. That was a different one.
いや、バラがね。
天井ウテナ君だね。一度会っているね。
ええ、アリスガー先輩との試合拝見しました。
そう。見事なバラだね。
Here we go.
いい香りだ。
あなたもデュエリストか。
今日の放課後、決闘広場で。
釣れますか？釣れませんね。お、来た来た。しっかり逃がしちゃダメよ。よしこい。こりゃ、あんたこやけたじゃん。あ、こっちにもかかった。しっかり。今夜のおかずのためよ。よっしゃー。やかんじゃないの。そっちまた引いてるわよ。よっしゃー、今度は大物じゃん。
Damn.
かしら？そりゃー。せー。どせー。
It keeps getting bigger and bigger. It keeps escalating. Let's see it.
ジュリとの試合を見たのなら君にも分かったはず。剣のレベルでは僕の方がはるかに上だ。
勝負はやってみなければわかりませんよ。
その通りだ。君には未知数の力がある。僕では勝てないかもしれない。
うん。
気高き思いのバラよ。お願い。示して。
Ooh.
世界を革命する力を。
手じゃない。その彼らが勝てなかったんだ。僕だってどうなるか。
決闘の時そんなこと言った人初めてだな。
そうかい。でもやるからには。勝つつもりでやるぞ。さあ、君の力を見せてみろ。
That's such an interesting duel.
おや、こいつは案外楽にいけるかもしれないな。
なんだと。
おいおい、僕は病み上がりなんだ。もう少しお手柔らかに。頼むよ。どうした？もう終わりかな。なるほど。
I'll make the world androgynous are the lyrics. Hermaphrodism. This duel was very different. The entire episode was very...
次は勝てますよね。だって奇跡の力は私たちのものだもの。あんな奴らに。
次はない。
I thought so.
何度やっても同じさ。負けたのは花嫁のせいでもある。
そんなひどいわ。私がどれほどあなたのことを思ってきたか。そうよ。毎日あなたの剣を磨いて、あなたのことだけ。
あれはね、僕の剣じゃなかったんだ。君の演技、面白かったよ。アドリブにしては上出来だ。
Ooh. It wasn't me who you were waiting for. It wasn't me who you were devoting yourself to.
選択したのは彼女自身さ。言うな。そう、僕が言うまでもない。誰よりもよくわかっているのは君だからな。ルカ、狙いは何だ？あなたは何を考えている？ルカ！
Interesting. I love this ending. Okay, anyways, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. There's some things we need to say. We need to talk about in this episode. That was a really cool episode though. Very interesting. So the first scene that I want to talk about is the entire scene of Shiori being like, you're so cruel, or what did she say? Wait, let me go back to the scene so I can see exactly the lyrics the subs and what exactly she said to Juri at that moment in the classroom, you know? She said, you're so... she said, you are really just awful, right? Oh, and I feel like the reasoning behind this is, I feel like there's a few things here. Obviously, first of all, there's the parallel to what they had going previously, right? And, you know, the entire thing of her taking the guy and stuff like that, and now her being like, no, you can't be with this guy, and her feeling like, well, this is kind of weird for you to say this. Also, I feel like there is a thing of, you know, her thinking, oh, well, you're the one who can't let go of your feelings for me, so, like, why are you trying to prevent me from having a relationship with this guy, right? So, that's interesting. It's so interesting. You really are just awful. Because yeah, I mean, to be fair, from Shiori's perspective, like who is Juri to prohibit Shiori in a way from dating someone else, right? And I do think that it was I don't know how much of this, like from what we've seen from Juri's memories, it didn't seem like she had any like negative emotions about Ruka from what happened, like from their previous yeah, from their previous experiences together, right? It seems like they had positive memories. So it seems like Juri, the reason why she wanted to prevent Ruka from being with Shiori was mostly because of her own selfish like jealousy and stuff like that, right? To be fair, we did see how Ruka is not a great perfect guy or whatever. He's been it seemed like he was definitely leading into this relationship because of some kind of like, I guess, to inflict more pain onto Juri, which is obviously not great, not a great trait to have. But yeah, that's interesting. Also, the entire ending there was very interesting as well, of him being like, I lost because of the bride I did, or like because, yeah, the bride that I have, or whatever. Interesting, right? Him being like, you are not the, I lost because of you, you're not the one, whatever. And also him being like, it wasn't my sword who you were polishing all this time, you were a great actress, because obviously he came up to her and was like, yo, thank you for polishing my sword. I feel like it's kind of like, I feel like it necessarily, the idea behind the entire sword thing, now that I'm thinking more about it, is not necessarily an actual sword and of sorts. I think it's more so just kind of like the emotions she's been harboring, and yeah, I guess kind of like the emotions that she's been harboring all this time, and him being like, it wasn't me who your emotions were directed towards all this time, it was someone else, right? I think that sword was definitely a metaphorical sword for emotions that she had all this time. I think. I think. It, yeah, that's what it feels like. So, really cool stuff though. The entire car ride was also wild, kind of wild. They were having fun there, I guess. So yeah, interesting stuff. But for now, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.